So that's the way you want it, huh? Green Ranger versus the White Ranger.
Tiger Sword! Dragon Sword!
Jeez, man.
What's happening, good people? This your boy, the K-Locs King, aka Big Country, Southern Truth, whatever you want to call me. I'm back again with another video for y'all today. Check this out. So this is Court Cam. I like the Court Cam series on A&E just as much because they be having some outlandish, crazy ass moments. But this one right here are cops in trouble. It's definitely good for karma when we see cops getting what they deserve with them dirty cops. We talking about the dirty cops now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say all cops are bad. A lot of them are very questionable, but you know, that's a whole nother discussion. But yeah, we're going to check this out. You know, I like Court Cam. They're pretty intriguing as far as their series and everything. So we're going to get into this, and y'all already know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe on the videos.
The drugs were there. I did not put the narcotics there.
First up, we head to Jackson County, Florida, for the trial of Zachary Wester. The former sheriff's deputy was charged with 67 counts of racketeering, fabricating evidence, false imprisonment, and possession of controlled substances.
Oh, man.
Wester's accused of planting drugs in a dozen vehicles during random traffic stops.
Wow.
It appears to be an illegal narcotic. Do you know anything about that? I do not.
All of the drivers denied owning the drugs, but yet most were subsequently arrested.
You have the right to remain silent.
The arrest caused suspicion internally, and in 2018, Wester was suspended. 3 years later, the case went to trial. He pleaded not guilty to all charges.
This is a case about an abuse of an incredible power, about the abuse of the incredible trust that we all put, and we have to put, in law enforcement in a society.
The prosecution relied on the defendant's own body cam footage to help argue their case. Stephen Van, a convicted felon, had recently gotten out of jail when Wester supposedly found methamphetamine in his car.
Have you ever seen this before?
No, what is that?
I'm just trying to figure out how that stuff got in your car. You're gonna go to jail today for possession of methamphetamine, okay?
Oh man, dude, I'm serious, dude. Anything, what you want me to do, man?
That's sad, man. You
Like
putting
the
all
other
these
drivers
innocent
who
people.
testified, Van gave the officer permission to search his car because he claims he had nothing to hide.
And I knew my truck was clean. I knew it was.
While the jury got to watch most of the traffic stops, some recordings had mysteriously disappeared.
Why in the world would that have been deleted? I wish I knew that answer.
Boy, get out of here, dude. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Case, especially when it came to Teresa Odom.
I think I've seen her video. Yeah. I've watched this video of her getting pulled over. This motherfucker put like, so this is the dude that did that. He, on the camera, you'll see him like adjusting something. He put something like on a spoon. He put some like meth or something on a spoon and stuff and made it seem like she had it in the truck and stuff. That shit was crazy when that happened. You know, and that's why it's like, I tell people all the time, when it comes to traffic stops and stuff like that, make sure you got some type of camera recording. Cause I know I would. Because as soon as I pulled over and then I feel like I'm about to get took out the car or something like that, I'm gonna be like, hey, my car is clean. Now watch, they'll try to search my car. I'll try to have a camera sit up somewhere in the vehicle or a dash cam or something in the car so that when they search in the car, it's recording. Because, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Depending where you at, you got to be careful because depending where you at, some of these police be dirty, though. And I'm not even trying to hate on the police, you know what I'm saying? Because some of them there's some real cool cops I've met. But I'm saying there's some cool law that I met. But some of them law be sus. So, you know, you got to be careful with that type of thing.
At first, the officer's polite, even playful.
Anything in the vehicle I need to be concerned about? Bombs, hand grenades, rocket launchers? Okay.
While Odom stands behind the vehicle, Wester begins his search. Notice as he prepares to put his gloves on, there's a small item in his left hand. Prosecutors argue that Wester is palming a small bag of meth, which he claims to find next to a spoon in the vehicle.
Miss Odom.
It is yogurt, sir.
I know. Okay.
It's yogurt.
How about this, though?
That is not mine. No, sir.
Okay.
Now, the white small plastic baggie that was in that spoon that the deputy just showed you on this video, had you ever seen that before?
No, sir.
Was that in your car?
No, sir.
As far as motive, the prosecution claims the 28-year-old officer was ambitious and wanted to move to narcotics as quickly as possible. Wester testified he never planted any drugs.
The drugs were there. I did not put the narcotics there.
He looked like he
After
full of
5
shit.
days and several witnesses, the jury was asked to render a verdict. If Wester's found guilty on all charges, he could spend the rest of his life behind bars.
As he should.
After 7 hours,
Messing with people's
with
lives.
its verdict.
In the state of Florida versus Zachary Tyler Wester, we, the jury, find as follows as to the counts charged and the information. Count 1, guilty of racketeering as charged.
The clerk went on to read the verdicts on all 67 charges.
Count 7, guilty of official misconduct as charged.
In total, the crooked officer was found guilty on 19 charges.
Count 9, guilty of official misconduct as charged. Count 10, guilty of official misconduct as charged.
Including misconduct in the arrests of Van and Teresa Odom. 11 of the
Car washes are a beautiful thing. You get to experience.
I never heard of car washes being a beautiful thing, but okay. But nah, yeah, that's crazy though, man. It's like you messing with people's lives and stuff like that. You were supposed to be able to trust the police and trust that they're doing their job, they're protecting and serving, but not when they're doing stuff like that. You know, that type of shit doesn't fly with me. You know what I'm saying?
lawsuits against Wester.
10, guilty of official misconduct as charged.
Including misconduct in the arrests of Van and Teresa Odom. 11 of the 12 drivers filed civil lawsuits against Wester. In July 2021, he was sentenced to 12 and a half years in a
Just 12 and a half years, though? Yeah, that's crazy.
Next, we go to a hearing in Breckinridge County, Kentucky, where the defendant is not typically the one standing before the judge. The accused is Todd Pate, the former sheriff of Breckinridge County. He's charged with assault, operating under the influence, his second offense, criminal mischief, and leaving the scene of an accident.
Well, he looked like he owes
Today, the
on that
51-year-old is
BS.
in court to change his plea from not guilty to guilty, a decision he's already agreed to in writing. This will allow him to serve just 75 days in jail versus a possible sentence of up to 15 years if he went to trial and was found guilty of all charges. To make it official, all he has to do is say the words to Judge Janet Crocker.
At this time, is it your desire to change your plea from not guilty to guilty?
Do I have to answer that yes or no, or can I make somewhat of a statement?
That is a yes or no answer, sir.
Will I have the opportunity to say anything further?
If it is your intention to change your plea from not guilty to guilty, certainly you'll have an opportunity to make any statement. But if it is not your intent to enter a guilty plea at this time, then I'm going to set your case for jury trial, and you're going to stop wasting my time and everybody else's time.
I'm not trying to waste your time.
And then is it your intention to enter a guilty plea at this time or not, sir?
No. Why am I wasting your time,
Mr. Chambers?
The judge ignores the question and checks in with the prosecution.
Why am I wasting your time,
Mr. Chambers, what is the Commonwealth's position at this time, sir?
Your Honor, we would move to revoke the defendant's bond at this time.
The judge orders a brief recess, perhaps hoping Pate's attorney can remind him he's already agreed to plead guilty. Back in court, the judge tries again.
Let's get back on the record and see if we can sort this out. At this point in time, what is Mr. Pate's decision with respect to his guilty pleas?
So I believe I'll just let him answer that question if it pleases the court.
All right. So, Mr. Pate?
Can I say a few things, or?
I need to understand what it is that we're doing
just
here
like for
today,
the
Mr.
court.
Pate.
Yes, I had every intention of coming in here today and entering a guilty plea. It's difficult for me to enter a guilty plea for a lot of reasons, and I don't want this court to think that I am trying to minimize any responsibility that I had in this situation that occurred.
The problem is Pate doesn't agree with the assault charge and believes the prosecutor only added it because of Pate's position as sheriff and because Pate rejected an earlier plea deal.
I feel like I'm being very much bullied into doing something that's not right, and I want this court to know that Todd Pate holds himself responsible for everything that he did. But it's hard for me to lay down and plead to felony charges that don't apply.
By this point, the judge has heard enough.
Is it your intention today to enter this guilty plea?
And if I could address...
This is either a yes or no. Are you going to enter your plea or not?
I guess everybody thinks it's funny. Let me just plea and get it over with for everybody. Plead to something that I absolutely do not feel good about, but I don't want you to try to send me to the penitentiary for years and years. If you can sleep with it, I can sleep with it.
Pate's attorney looks frustrated, while the judge...
He look like he over it right now.
I think we're done. At this point in time, I think we're done. Where I think we are today is that on the one hand, the Commonwealth can enforce the terms of this agreement based on the execution. Mr. Pate, I'm talking at this point in time.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Hey, don't play with him.
I'm going to sustain the Commonwealth's motion to revoke his bond. He will be taken into the custody and housed in the Breckinridge County Jail.
Your Honor, if I may speak to Mr. Chambers' motion to revoke the bond.
I've already ruled. I've already ruled at this point in time.
Oh, she said it's GG's, my boy.
He's going into jail
GG's.
If you want to be on camera, you want to be behind the...
That's But Buddy should have just gone ahead and got it over with and then pretty much just gone about the business, but he's still going to keep going.
Pate eventually pled guilty and accepted the terms of his sentence. 75 days in a county jail with credit for time served. Next, we're in San Luis Obispo, California, where even though court is in recess, things are heating up between opposing counsel. On one side is Timothy McGill, whose client, a state hospital employee, is suing for wrongful termination. And on the other end of the table is the state's second highest ranking legal officer, Deputy Attorney General Jenny Mariah Kelly. Moments earlier, during cross-examination of a state witness, McGill asked the witness if she had met Kelly earlier in the day, prior to testimony. This particular question, an effort to potentially cast doubt on the witness's credibility, angers Kelly. And now she's letting everyone know. Gesturing wildly and reportedly raising her voice, bailiff Tyler Brooks approaches Kelly and tells her to stop shouting and then asks her to leave the courtroom. But based on Kelly's body language, it appears she's not interested in going anywhere. And now here's something you don't see every day. A state's deputy attorney general about to be escorted out of court. If only it ended there.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. I didn't see that
According to
coming.
the sheriff's report, after Kelly refuses to lower her voice or leave the courtroom, the bailiff then grabs her hands to escort her out. But when she pulls away, the bailiff wrestles her to the floor.
That's tough.
As Kelly's co-counsel looks on in disbelief, other deputies arrive and help handcuff Kelly as she continues
Wow,
to
did they need all them just to get a woman? But hey, You know, she's just as aggressive.
Once on her feet, a few more words are exchanged before she's finally escorted out of the courtroom. The California Deputy Attorney General was charged with resisting a peace officer, but later pled no contest to the lesser charge of disturbing the peace. She was also ordered to pay a $1,000 fine and complete...
I'm about to say, she wasn't going to get no jail time or nothing for that. But she's still wild, and she went off the chain for that.
Next, we go to the Pike County Courthouse in Waverly, Ohio, the sentencing of Charlie Reeder. The former Pike County Sheriff pleaded guilty to 2 counts of theft in office and tampering with evidence.
Just a dirty-ass dude.
Stole roughly $5,000, which had been confiscated in other cases. He appears before Judge Patricia Cosgrove.
So at this time, we'll proceed with sentencing.
For his crimes, Reeder's looking at a maximum sentence of 8 years in prison. The emotional defendant pleads with the judge for the minimum sentence. Community service.
Your Honor, I stand here before you today to take accountability for my actions. As the Sheriff of Ohio, I shed, excuse me, I shed bad light on the office of sheriff. For this, I am terribly sorry. If I could go back and change it, I would 1,000,000 times.
She looking like she's looking like she's not listening to what he's saying for real.
For this is not who I am. I have, and I now pray that the court will find mercy on me. And I beg the court, if they see fit, to grant me community control. I am a good person who made bad decisions and choices.
After expressing remorse for his crimes, Reeder begs the judge to consider the impact a prison sentence would have on his family.
I'm asking all this so that I have the opportunity to watch my son graduate from high school. My daughter, who's getting married in October, so that I can be there for her. And my wife, so that I can be a husband that I haven't been in 25 years due to my career. Your Honor, please do not send me to prison. I have roamed, but I'm not ruined. I still have a lot of good left in me.
Interesting.
When he's finished, the judge has one thing to ask the defendant.
The big question I have, and is on everyone's mind, I'm assuming, is, I guess, why did you take the money?
I took the money, and mind you, this does not excuse it, but from drug dealers that took it from parents and very poor people in this county.
That sounded like BS.
According to Reeder, he spent much of that money to support charities in the community. But there's also evidence he built up a sizable gambling debt. And the judge is not feeling sympathetic.
No.
You've been in law enforcement for 24 years. We all choose our profession, and we have to conduct ourselves with integrity so that everyone trusts us. It cannot be underestimated the damage that you have caused to the citizens of Pike County, to law enforcement who every day get up, face the same sort of stresses that you do. They go all home at night, they get up in the morning. The sacrifices that these men and women make, I think you made a mockery of them.
She was telling them that because that's wild, though.
Reeder is sentenced to a total of 6.5 years. But because some of those counts will run concurrently, meaning at the same time, Reeder will only actually have to serve 3 years in prison. He's also barred from holding public office in Ohio and can no longer serve as a peace officer.
As he shouldn't. He should still be in jail.
Now to the Seminole County Circuit Court in Sanford, Florida. It's 6:30 p.m., and and a long one-day trial has come to an end.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of driving under the influence.
That defendant is 46-year-old Lisette Gonzalez. Although a verdict for Gonzalez's DUI charge has already been reached, her attorney makes a final plea to Judge Fred Schott.
Your Honor, not enough evidence presented for the jury to find the verdict that they did. They didn't do all the field sobriety examinations that should have been done.
During the trial, it was revealed that Gonzalez was never given a breathalyzer or had blood drawn. Yet arresting officer Michael Wagner recorded that she tested above the legal limit of .08 in his official report. Wagner claimed it was an honest mistake, but observed what he believed to be intoxication.
No, bro.
I respectfully ask that this court grant the judgment notwithstanding the verdict.
The attorney is asking the judge to use his power to overturn the jury's verdict and acquit the defendant. It's a move rarely seen in the courtroom.
All right. This isn't a purely circumstantial case. And so I'm going to deny the motion for JOA.
It looks like the case is closed, but Judge Schott has other business with Gonzalez.
Now, we have this other case for driving while license suspended.
2 months after her DUI arrest, Gonzalez was ticketed for driving with a suspended license. Problem is, the only reason her license was suspended was because of the inaccurate paperwork filed by Officer Wagner.
I want to be enlightened.
It was a mistake, admittedly, by Michael Wagner.
I know.
Testified to that today.
He caused her to have her driver's license suspended for at least a few months for nothing. So are you going to null process that case, or am I going to get mad at you today?
The judge is addressing prosecutor Diana Mears.
Perhaps you can get mad at me, Your Honor, but at this point...
Why wouldn't you? Wait a minute. Did you hear the uncontroverted testimony of this officer?
Your Honor.
Then I want you taking him up on perjury.
Your Honor.
Will you take him up for perjury?
He admitted it was a mistake, Your Honor.
No, but he lied. He lied.
He lied, though. I mean, that's still perjury, though. Nah, he needs... Nah, GG's for old boy.
I am dismissing this charge. No, I'm dismissing the charge.
The judge has just dismissed the defendant's upcoming case, but he's not done yet.
This whole case was fishy, and I have no idea how they... You know what? You know what? I'm granting. I'm rescinding the sentence. I'm granting the JOA.
Judge Schott has just reversed his decision and acquitted the defendant on the spot.
So you're granting it because you don't agree with the state's decision on
I'm granting the JOA in fairness.
In fairness, because you don't like the state's decision today, Your Honor, on the case?
No, you're not. Now that I consider what Officer Wagner testified to and how many times he basically tripped over himself just to arrest this lady with no real probable cause. You're done. Motion to JOA is granted.
And you're not going to provide a written order on that?
Nope. You want to appeal me? Appeal me.
Thank you, Your Honor.
The case should have never been done. Never.
Thank you for letting us know that, Your Honor.
The defendant, Lisette Gonzalez, walks out of the courtroom free of all charges.
And she's salty, too. She's sick with it, though, too. Let it burn. Because that's crazy, you know what I'm saying? They sitting there making up stuff and not even being accurate about the actions and stuff going on. And then you see he ended up overturning everything because that's wild. That's wild to me. That's tough. But you know what? It's well deserved that she got up out of there. And I'm going to like this. So yeah, if y'all like what you've seen and you want me to react to more stuff like this also, please let me know. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little baked right now. So if I did close my eyes for a minute, trust me, I was wide awake during this whole thing. But yeah, shit. If you want me to react to any other things, you got comments, suggestions, and stuff, leave them down in the comments below. This your boy, Big Country, and good vibes, great day.